So I made a fill and drain process control for a tank here. Let's see how it works. So we got control power, we start our sequence, and when it's running in auto, there's a valve that automatically um, opens up and should start filling the tank. As you can see, our fill valve is flashing green, indicating that the valve is open and we are filling our tank. And you can see that our level is now increasing. When the tank level hits above 30 feet, it should turn on our pump and motor. Pump should kick on, and you should see that the pump is going to start flashing green. There it is. Pump kicks on. Now we should see that our tank level is draining. It's going to come down, and this tank level will only come down to 5 feet, and that's to prevent the pump from running dry. So when it hits 5 feet, the pump should automatically shut off, and our fill valve should automatically open back up. You can see there, we're at 5 feet, our fill valve opens back up, and we start filling up the tank again. If we stop it, the sequence stops, motor's off, fill valve is off. We would need to come back and hit start. So in the event our fill valve fails to open or fails to close when control power is shut off, it's going to fault and start flashing red. Because when we stop, we want our valve to close. So we reset it. And once we establish control power, we have to hit restart fill for the fill valve to start again. After we restart the fill valve opens back up and we are filling the tank once again. Now let's try to run it in manual mode. Go ahead and manually fill it. You're manually going to fill it and it's going to go over 30 feet because I am using my process meter to simulate my 4 to 20 milliamp and I went a little bit too high. So I'm going to bring that back down so that we can fill it up. All right, we're below 30 feet, so we can manually fill it again. And once it's above 30 feet, we can no longer fill it, and that's to prevent the tank from overfilling. So right now we're at 32. We're above the limit already, so we can no longer fill. So if we want to manually fill it, we would have to drain the tank down manually until it goes below 30 feet, and then we can fill it again. So let's manually drain this tank down, turn on our pump, and we are just going to manually bring down the tank level, and same conditions and automatic applies to the manual. The tank can only drain all the way down to 5 feet. That's the minimum level that it can drain to, because again, we don't want to run the pump dry. And here we are approaching 5 feet, and at 5 feet you can no longer pump the pump down. And if our pump would fault, it would start flashing red and throw a motor fault alarm as well, so that it can get investigated and checked out. Once the issue has been rectified or fixed, the pump should stop flashing red and go back into operation. So this is just kind of a rundown of how this process works. Until next time, deuces.